Okay, so this is lesson 6.3 for intermediate algebra. That means there's only 2 left. Woo. So it's over simplifying complex fractions. There is 12 problems. So let's hop on in there. And we'll probably split this into 2 different videos. So let's try and make it to 6 first. So on these, remember that this is just like division. So we have 12 divided by 5x all over 6 divided by 5x. So we're going to keep the first one. I'm going to write it over here. Keep. Then we're going to put these side by side and change, flip. So I have 12 over 5x times, and then I'm flipping this one, so I'd have 5x over 6. So on this, you can either multiply across or realize we're going to multiply by the same thing. We're going to multiply by 5x twice, and we can mark these out to get 12 over 6 or 2. And if you didn't want to do it that way, you could do 12 times 5 is 60x, and 5x times 6 would be 30x. 60 divided by 30 is 2. X divided by x would be 1, and anything times 1 is itself. So this one's answer would be 2. Simplify the complex fraction. They're all simplifying complex fractions. So the first thing we have to do on this is get the common denominator at the top and the bottom. And go ahead and add these. Since I can't add these, since there's not a variable up here, I can add 2 plus 2/3. And you can do that on your calculator, or no, 2 is going to be 6/3 because 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 6/3 plus 2/3 is going to give us 8/3. Then here, 3 would be 9/3 because 9 divided by 3 would be 3. And 9 plus 2 would be 11. So then I'd have 8/3 times 3 over 11, because keep, change, flip. We'd multiply by 3 both times so we can mark them out and just have 8 over 11 if you didn't want to do that. You could do 8 times 3 is 24, 3 times 11 is 33, and reduce it by 3. Or just realize that. Here we have 4 divided by x subtract 4 all over x minus 4. So we're going to, so we have 4 over x subtract 4 times, and we're going to flip this. Probably shouldn't put a x anymore for times. We're going to change that to this dot. So I can either cancel these out now, or I can multiply it over here. And we're going to rationalize this expression. So since this is on the top and the bottom, it's just going to be, and I could have done that over here and just marked those out. Okay, so here we have x plus 6. And then we'd flip this one, so 8 over. Now, right here, this 4 and 8 can reduce because 4 goes into 8. So 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 8 2 times. So I'd have 2 times x plus 6 for 2x subtract 1. I don't know if they're going to want you to leave it like this or distribute this. So it could either take this answer, or it could be 2x plus 12 over 2x minus 1. But these 2x's will not cancel out because they have this. This has subtract 1 and plus 12. So this is it. So it could be either one of these answers. I'd try this one first. Okay, so the first thing we have to do on these is find our common denominator. So our common denominator of both of them are going to be x squared. So we're going to have to get x squared on the bottom of both of these first. So since this is just x, to make it x squared, we'd have to multiply by x. So 5 times x. And then that one is already over x squared, so plus 1. I'll go ahead and do this over here. So we're going to have 25, and this is going to be x squared. 25 is already over x squared, so I didn't have to multiply it. So 1 is only over x, so it's going to be subtract x. Because I'd have to multiply it by x to make this x squared, so I have to multiply the top by the same thing I had to multiply the bottom by. Now then I'd do 5x plus 1 over x squared times x squared over 25 subtract x. These are going to cancel, so I'd be left with 5x plus 1 over 25 subtract x. And I can't factor out a 5 because there's not a 5 with these terms. So this would be our final answer. So 5x plus 1 over 25 subtract x. Okay, so our common denominator here is going to be 4 subtract x times x subtract 4. And our common denominator on the bottom would be x times x subtract 4. So let's do that first. This one's over 4 subtract x, so I have to multiply it by x subtract 4. So I have plus 3 times, and it was over this one, so I have to multiply by that one, 4 subtract x. And it's over and then we'll go ahead and write this one out this way. So when we flip this, we're going to have our x times x subtract 4. And then we'll have 2 times x subtract 4 plus, because this 2 was just over x, so I had to multiply by this one. Now this 2 has to be multiplied by x. Now then, when we start going, when we go to multiply it out and cancel, which I want to do that now. I have 2 times x minus 4 here, and I have 2 times x minus 4 there. So then I have a 4 subtract x here. I have x minus 4 here. So what am I left with? And this all canceled. Remember the 2 was over here too. So I just have a 3 and an x left on top. So I'd have 3x. And then down here I have 2x. My x's are going to reduce because anything divided by itself is 1. So I'd be left with 3 halves. Okay, let's keep going. So here our common denominators, both of these are the same. So we're going to have x times x subtract 1. So x plus 3 is over x, so I have to multiply it by x plus 1. So I'd have, what I just did was wrong. This is wrong. I guess I can explain why it's wrong. So since there's a plus sign here and here, I can't just cancel them out like that. Since it's being added, I have to multiply it, combine like terms, factor it, and then do it. So it's not this simple. So let's go ahead. So I'd have 2x subtract 8 plus 12 subtract 3x. But I'm not going to multiply these out. And I'm going to go, no, I'm not. I should put a box around this and say that it's wrong. I'm sorry. And then this would be multiplied by x times x subtract 4 over 2x subtract 8 plus 2x. So combining like terms to that, so I'd have to run into this problem. I'll start doing this one on a piece of paper. So I'd have negative x, and then that would be a positive 4. So this is going to be, I'll leave it like that, but this rewrote is 4 subtract x, so it's over. So this is going to cancel with this though, because anything divided by itself is 1. So then I have x times x subtract 4 here, and 2x would be 4x subtract 8. So this will cancel with this. Should go ahead. Why did I stop there? This is all wrong. All right, so all I have left on the top, and do they want it factored or not? Because it'd be x over 4x subtract 8, but I could factor a 4 out of this if they want us to. So it could be this or x minus 2. So x over, I'm going to leave it like this and see if it'll take that. Oh. Where's my green marker? Well, there's an error analysis for you of how I messed up and fixed it. So I'm going to start the new video now.